We all thought that a sense of normalcy had returned in the Indian Wrestling Federation, right? Players would go and participate in tournaments, they would gear up because 2023 is a very, very important year. Asian Games, World Wrestling Championships, but no. There is a big development when it comes to the wrestlers, and it is related to the Zagreb Open ranking series tournament. We had reported a couple of days back that the likes of Vinesh, Phogat, Bajrang, Punia, they would all be heading to Zagreb on February to prepare for the Zagreb Open ranking series tournament. The trip would be sponsored by the government and they would get all the necessary facilities there. But now, suddenly, there is a big U-turn. The likes of Vinesh Phogat, Ravi Daya, Bajrang Punia and many of the 36-member strong wrestling contingent are not going to Zagreb. What are the reasons? As mentioned, the breaking news update that we have at this point in time is that the wrestlers will not participate in the Zagreb Open tournament. The oversight committee headed by AMC Maricom, they had selected the 36-member squad, but the tournament was going to be held on February 1. All the wrestlers have refused to participate in it. Why is that? The primary reason is that one of the wrestlers, Anju Pangal, she is injured. But the likes of Ravi Daya, Vinesh Phogat, Bajrang Punia, Sarita Moore, Sangeeta Phogat, they have categorically told the oversight committee they are not ready for the tournament. If you have to look at the wrestler's point of view, it does make a bit of sense because in those 3-day periods that they had participated in the protest at Jantar Mantar, they lost a lot of time on the mat. Remember, at the same time, there was going to be the National Open Wrestling Championships in Gonda. That was also cancelled because of the protests. A lot of wrestlers had to come back empty-handed, and that is why the big guns like Ravi Daya, Vinesh Phogat, Bajrang Punia, Sarita Moore, Sangeeta Phogat, they are not ready. They are just not match ready. So that is why they have withdrawn from the Zagreb Open, and they withdrew on the day when the oversight committee had announced the 36-member strong squad. Now, who do we blame in this entire fiasco? The oversight committee, or should we look at the wrestlers? Because they chose to stay away from the mat to raise issues that were plaguing the WFI, which by the way will be proven or will not be proven in the next 4 weeks. Because of this, they have lost out on valuable match time, because now after this, these are crucial months preparing for the World Wrestling Championships and also for the Asian Games. Because remember, India may have had success in wrestling in the Commonwealth Games, but the Asian Games and the World Wrestling Championships presents a totally different dynamic altogether. Why is that? Because of the participation of the Central Asian republics. And Central Asia has got some of the strongest wrestlers in the field at this point in time. So India has lost out on major practice time ahead of the Asian Games and the World Wrestling Championships. But there is something else which is simmering beneath the surface, and that is the top wrestlers are very unhappy. Why is that? Because they were not consulted when the oversight committee was formulated. And that is why the likes of Bajrang Punia had clearly said it. हमें आश्वासन दिया गया था कि ओवरसाइट कमेटी के गठन से पहले हमसे परामर्श किया जाएगा. बड़े दुख की बात है कि इस कमेटी के गठन से पहले हमसे राय भी नहीं ली गई. He tagged Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister, Amit Shah, the Home Minister, and also Anurag Thakur. He said that their views were not consulted when the oversight committee was formed. However, there is a different story altogether, that they were consulted. Who is telling the truth? We don't know. So what exactly is this oversight committee now, and this new development that is there, that unfortunately the wrestlers will not participate in Zagreb. Now, the oversight committee has been appointed, a 5-member oversight committee that also includes Maricom, Yogeshwar Dutt and badminton players, and also Sai players, Sai administrators and others who have handled the top scheme also. This oversight committee has been formed to handle the day-to-day functionings of the Wrestling Federation of India. Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh has stepped aside as the WFI president for 4 weeks. After the probe is completed by the end of February, they will give a report as to whether allegations of sexual misconduct are indeed true or not, whether there will be any kind of action taken on the arbitrariness that is there in the WFI, mishandling of funds, whether any of these allegations are proven. So yet again, let us just revisit the timeline of the events that has happened. A couple of weeks ago, top wrestlers sat in Jantar Mantar protesting against the state of the WFI, and also because there were serious sexual misconduct allegations against WFI President Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh. They had also alleged that there was mishandling of funds, and the arbitrary nature of the WFI was such that they were not unsure of the vision that they had, the direction that they were going in. So these three core issues formed the basis of the protests. The wrestlers held 2 rounds with the government. Anurag Thakur assured them that there would be a new oversight committee. Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh would not resign, he would step down. One of the core demands was that Brij Bhushan Sharan Singh step down as the WFI president. Anyway, his tenure is coming to an end in March. So what will happen now, it remains to be seen. Assistant Secretary Vinod Tomar has been suspended by the oversight committee, by the government of India, and that is why now the oversight committee will look into all the happenings of the WFI. Remember, prior to this, the wrestling championships that were held in Gonda, the ranking championships, that was also cancelled. So that is why now there is a lot of churn and flux going on in the WFI at this point in time. But this latest development that the wrestlers will not participate in Zagreb is a major blow, because you needed valuable time heading into the World Wrestling Championships as well as the Asiad. Keeping within the weight limit is one of the major problems that a wrestler has. More time that they are away from the mat, the problem gets even worse with that. So that is why this is a major blow when it comes to India's wrestling chances at the Asiad, Wrestling Championships, and in the subsequent Paris Olympics. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on Sports Today. Press the like, comment, and share button. We are also there on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Thank you.